William, tell me, what is your normal day at home when you're not on the road with the Oaks?
Well, I get up pretty early at home, you know. This week I've kind of watched the daylight happen and get up before daylight. And I enjoy that early morning here. And sometimes, man, I've been seeing things here. We have a couple of owls here. We got a big great horned owl. Then we got a barrel owl here. I saw him last night in the back when I took the dogs out for the last time, and went out there, and man, I saw something go across. It was fast, it was flying real low. And I looked, then all at once, it lit, it was on the ground right behind a tree there where I was at. Then I missed it, it didn't go by. And then all at once it started flying up. So I think he must have got a mouse or something in our backyard, but I saw him again last night. But I've been seeing them recently, and we've had a big, great horned owl here for a while, but these are completely different. They don't have the horned owl look, but they're a barrel owl.
So you get up early, you enjoy the quiet and the nature, the animals out here. What other animals do you have here?
Well, we got several. You know, I feed deer here. I put out food for them because our neighborhood is kind of, their habitat is being invaded. And
this is a sanctuary and one of the few around here.
And a lot of times in the summertime, you know, we'll be feeding, but I put out food out in some spots that are around the property here. Our yard is like 7 acres, but I feed the wildlife, I feed deer, and we also have groundhogs here. We have a lot of squirrels and birds, wild birds. But sometimes in certain seasons, the wild turkeys will be coming through our yard certain times of the year, and then it won't be long till we'll start seeing them. But turkeys and deer can be elusive. You can't depend on them doing the same thing every day.
And when you feed the animals, you tote these big bags. They're 50-pound bags of food.
50 pound. I load them onto a cart, pay for it, unload it into my vehicle, bring it home, and then take it out and load it into a bin where I put it over into a bin, sitting it down.
They know you well at Tractor Supply, don't they?
They do.
And I know you don't ask for the help. They would offer to help. You put it in the car, but they won't take it out here at home.
No, occasionally they may help, you know, if you ask for it. But I feel like I need to work out. You know, the older we get, we sit too much.
And how many bags do you buy at a time?
I get about 8 or 10.
Wow, 8 or 10 50-pound bags, that's 400 pounds.
Yeah, 400 to 500 pounds.
That'd be a workout, in the car, out of the car.
A week or 10 days, I get more.
All right, so you feed the animals, and then then you have to go exercise after all that. So what are you doing for exercise these days?
Well, man, I was doing for a long time, for several years. You know, I'd get out and walk like 4 or 5 miles a day sometimes. But I have a good walking place here. We just walk out our front yard, cross the bridge, and go over and get on a walking trail there. It's a greenway, they call it, but it runs by the creek here. So I can walk up a couple of miles to where it turns around and come back. But I enjoy that. And for years I was doing sit-ups, do like 200 sit-ups a day. I would lay on a flat place and do the whole thing all the way back and all the way and touch my toes. I did that for several years. I was doing like 200 a day, basically. I was doing it like five or 6 days a week doing that. And I felt like that I needed more of an exercise. I felt like I was hunching over too much. So I started a little over a year ago. I started changing up my exercise workout to where I was using some small weights. They're not heavy, but they're small weights, and I do them all the way up and as far back as I can reach and go over and touch the floor with them and then stand back up. See, that helps your back muscle and all, where doing sit-ups, it only kind of pulls this, but you kind of, doing sit-ups, you kind of fall backwards, so it's something to make me pick myself up and work out my back. Here, these are 8 pounds.
8 pounds. And these are the light ones, you say. So it's kind of like a bowling ball, a little lighter than a bowling ball.
Amazing what a couple of pounds difference makes.
You want to embarrass me, I know.
But man, I tell you what,
you got 8 pounds?
10.
Oh, you got 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Giving me the girls, all right.
Well, I started out using Simone's weights,
Yeah.
which is 6.6 pounds. They're over there somewhere. But then I needed a little more. I was doing, going to a hotel, you know, and have a weight room there. But they don't have small weights normally. But yeah, man, it was trying to, what I do is to get yourself breathing fast, is when you go down to touch, you know, going all the way back, as far back as, and then slowly, slow motion. You go all the way down. But even bringing it up, man, when you bring it up, do it slow motion.
And how many do you do for how long?
I try to do about 10 or 15 of these. And then I do a bunch of it where I do them, where you do it like this, there you go. But it's helping you with your balance. Touch a toe with it.
You getting it, Scott?
Yeah, I'm getting
You cross over.
man.
You cross.
William, if I would have had you when I was training to box, I would have won that fight, buddy.
Yeah, well then I like to do these. And this gets you huffing and puffing. It's when you bring it all the way down and then
And that's 20 pounds.
well, you add that to what your own body weight is. But I do that for a few minutes, but when I get to doing the squats, it's either sideways or we're doing it when you're.
Wow. And you do that every day.
You know, sometimes twice a day.
Twice a day, you walk 4 miles a day.
Well, I hadn't recently, but I did walk a couple of times recently.
And 87 years old.
Amazing.
The secret to 87, thriving at 87, is keep moving. You might have outlived a couple of your doctors.
Well, I've had a couple retire.
And now you had a heart issue many years ago.
Yeah, it's been 20 years at least.
What do you think is the secret to not only living to 87, but you are living so powerfully and, I mean, you're thriving at 87.
Again, it's activating myself. I sit too much. When you're riding down the road, you're sitting too much. A lot of times after a show, I will stand up on the bus.
Really?
Yeah. And I'd rather do that than to sit. But then if you're up front watching where you're going, you know, a lot of times I take pictures out of front windows if it's in the daytime. But at night, it's just sitting there watching going down the road. But I'd rather stand than to sit.
It's incredible. At the end of an hour-and-a-half show, 2-hour show, you're usually running around that stage to Elvira, Bobby Sue.
Yeah.
I mean, you're running from one end to the other. And then after that, you go to the bus and you stand up for a couple more hours. That's amazing.
Well, it's music kind of makes you forget how old you are. It takes me a while to realize after the show that, hey, I'm older than I thought I was.
You know, we've done 2 books. We did your autobiography, Behind the Beard, and we've got the new one, Golden Memories, your photography book. And I'm already planning. Now, we're going to sell this for the next year, and we'll keep selling your autobiography forever, hopefully. But I'm already planning our 3rd one. Whenever I'm going to give you the next year off, when you're not signing books, you can have the year off. But then when you turn 89, we're going to work hard. And when you're 90, we're going to release a 3rd book, and we're not going to tell you what it is, but you're going to love it. When you're 90 years old, we're going to do a 3rd one.
All right.
And it's going to be a great one. But you are an amazing person, William. And you're amazing what you do and what you've accomplished, but what you're still doing and what you've still got to accomplish.
I'm still trying to make it a business. I left the farm to kind of I chose the music route to try to do something that I love. My mother had always encouraged us to find something you really love and give it your time, and you can make it work out if you dedicate your time and energy to it. And that's what I've done. Anyhow, I pursued getting to be with the Oakridgeboys, and I've enjoyed it every day. And it's, I feel like I'm one of the luckiest people in the world to be doing what I love to do. And I made the choice to go where the music would take me to. And you can't always decide where that's going to be. The music will decide that. But again, I've seen places all over the world that I'd have never had the opportunity if it wasn't for music.
You're one of the luckiest in the world, and so am I, sitting right next to William Lee Golden, my dear friend.
All right, Scott.
Thank you, William.